What is up, everybody? Welcome into a very special episode 16 of the Brahma Bullpen, coming to you on behalf of the United Football Media Group. Before we go any further, before you guys stop watching, do me a favor. If you're in the San Antonio area and you're a Brahma fan, Spurs fan, Cowboys fan, whatever, if you're seeing this and you live in San Antonio, I got exciting news. Check the logo. We have a sponsor for this episode. Bangers Fireworks, 3 wonderful fireworks retail locations in San Antonio to serve you guys. Here's what we got to do. Like, share, subscribe. Doesn't cost you nothing. Just do it. Maybe not even share it. But here's what we're going to do. If you comment on this video, whether it's on the UFM page, whether it's on the Brahma Bullpen page, if you comment on this video, we're going to give away $100 free of fireworks. Period. No questions asked. Whatever you want at any of the locations. Here's maps. Here's addresses. Look us up on Facebook. The Bangers Fireworks on Facebook. And that's it. We got us a little sponsor. So awesome. Go for it. Hey, if you guys like fireworks, New Year's Eve, there you go. Anyways, now that that's done, we're kind of mailing it in. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people are doing that right now for the holidays. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce ourselves, the Brahma Bullpen, to a lot of our new watchers who are part of the United Football Media Group. We're kind of new XFL team coming in to this USFL world. So we're going to just kind of show you some clips on some stuff we did last year, some of my favorite little podcasts. The first one, we're going to start off with AJ McCarron doing an interview. The St. Louis Battle Chickens, as we like to call them down here, we're playing the DC Defenders, home of the Beer Snake. Let's go, Beer Snake. I know I'm a Brahma, but I love the Beer Snake. Coming to you, USFL. The Beer Snake is coming to you. Anyways, so we're going to show you a little recap of AJ giving a post-game conference, news conference after he lost. Basically, you'll get the gist of it. He doesn't like losing. And instead of just being like, yeah, we played a better team. Sorry, we lost. He blamed a bunch of people for it. He'll catch on. And then, I have a pet peeve. We have a couple pet peeves here at the bullpen. San Antonio hasn't always had pro football teams. So we had to do a little fan etiquette, little training 101 for the Brahma fans down here. Some of it having to do with our hand logos, our hand symbols, the Horns Foward. You see me do it in a lot. That's our hashtag on social media, hashtag Horns Foward. So we explain fans how to do that properly so we don't infringe on that team up there in Austin. The Brahma Bullpen and the Brahmas do Horns Forward, not horns up. You'll catch on. And then, a little bit other, every team kind of has their stick, their little thing, the gimmicks the fans like to do. Well, down here in San Antonio, because we're still stuck in the 80s, we like the wave, which is fine. Fine, no problem. Love the wave. Let's have some fun while we're at the football game. But a little fan etiquette on how to properly execute the wave and win. The key is win to properly execute the wave. With that, we're going to go ahead and throw in those highlights. Producer, clip those in there. Please comment on the video. Subscribe. It's free. And then if you're in San Antonio, we're going to be giving away $100 worth of free fireworks. We did this last year too, just so you guys know. And some of the Brahma Bullpen folks went by one of our location, and we're very happy with the product that they received. So anyways, roll it, producer. We want to share this video with you. Haas was actually in the media room. I'm just kidding. But Haas got this video. It's unedited, undoctored. This is raw footage. Evidently, AJ McCarron doesn't like losing. And then when he does lose, he has all kinds of reasons for it, excuses. But y'all just watch this video and let me know what you think.
We had 3 to 4 times in the game where the refs came back to us and said, we missed that call, and apologized. Straight up apologized. And it was times where you can't miss those calls. It's some of these things where we got to protect guys too. And I'm not talking about just myself, but I think we can't come back on some of these plays and say, hey, and apologize and say, that's our bad. That's things we got to get right. And hopefully, we haven't had a defensive pass interference in 3 games. I've never played football in my entire life and not had one defensive pass interference. It hurts a little bit, and it's not taken away from DC. DC won today. They won the game. They played better. It is what it is. But it hurts when the refs keep coming back to you multiple times in the games, 3 or 4 times, and say, we missed that call. The league's got to come figure out a better way to get some of these calls right in the game.
Horns up, horns down, and horns forward. They are all very different. I have to admit, when we went with the horns forward as our catchphrase and our hashtag for social media, I was slightly concerned because of how close a horns forward is to a horns up. I will not, nor should I look, any true Texas A&M fan or alum, any true Oklahoma fan or alum, and maybe any Big 12 team other than the Longhorns fan or alum should never participate in horns up. Okay? I'm not dogging on the Longhorns. It's just the way it is. You know, it's okay for me to do a birds up, okay? Because it's not a lifelong rival. But it's not okay for me to do a horns up. We see the graphic we got pulled up here. You have a horns up, which I will not be demonstrating. Haas, would you care to demonstrate a horns up? I will not be doing it.
You know I won't.
Okay, that was a check. That was a dog check. I was making sure you had that dog in.
We both dogs in here. Okay,
that was a check. That was a check. Our producer, Side Point, used to be a Longhorn fan, and then for some reason, Johnny Manziel turned into an Aggie fan, and I'm like, that's not even allowed. That's not even allowed, bro. I don't even know. Maybe one day we'll talk about Fight Song Story on our podcast when college football season comes around. But that's a whole other thing. That's 2 teams you can't intermingle. So you got horns up, and then you have the disrespectful horns down. It's done like this. This is horns down, everybody. Check the graphic. Let me see, just in case the graphics cover me. That's horns down. Okay, that's enough of that. I don't want to chase off all the Longhorns. But with that being said, the reason horns down is such a significant hand gesture is because the University of Texas in Austin, or Texas University to aptly describe it, petitioned their conference for 15-yard personal foul penalties for horns down because they don't like it. Okay, absolutely ridiculous that a university would do that. And then we have the horns forward from the screen here, horns forward, from the side view, horns forward. This is horns forward. So you got up, down, and forward. We, in San Antonio, have 2 hand signals that are acceptable at the games. If you got 2 hands, you want to do 2 hand signals, just get the birds. For UTSA supporters, you can do birds up, and you can do horns forward. I'm not running around at Brahma games doing the Giga Maggie, even though I want to, even though I want to. I'm not going to, because this is a San Antonio Brahmas game. So one pet peeve, we talked about the wave last week. We're talking about horns up, down, and forward this week. San Antonio Brahma fans, do me a favor. Practice your horns forward in the mirror so you know where your hands are pointing. I'm tired of seeing horns up all over the daggum Jumbotron and all out in the tailgate parking lot at a Brahmas game. It's forward, not up. And for you Aggies, Brahma games, XFL games, horns down, also not allowed. When they join the SEC, feel free. It won't be a penalty in that league.
Hot take. San Antonio football fans have no idea what they're doing. Okay.
That's not hot. That's just completely true.
So we'll just go ahead and do this now. Let's just take a minute, and I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. When your team is on offense, you're supposed to be quiet so that your quarterback can make checks at the line, your receivers can hear the checks, the running backs can hear the check, and most importantly, so the offensive lineman can get the blocking scheme after the team lines up. If you watch the game on TV and you start hearing all this like Vegas, 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 quick, 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 those are checks and play calls. And if we're being loud doing something stupid like, I don't know, a wave while it's 3rd down in our own red zone, San Antonio, we're interfering with the productivity of our offense. Vice versa. When the other team's on offense and they need to make checks, we want to be loud so they can make checks. Let's do the wave and act crazy then. Next thing, Alamodome officials, soundmen, and hype people. I don't want to say your names, but you guys are basketball hype people, okay? Y'all are at Spurs game hyping up basketball teams. It's different. Learn something. Do some damn research. I can't believe I'm getting so mad right now. I'm infuriated that we have our own paid hype man telling us to get loud on a third down in our red zone while we have the ball. Hype man, shut up. Now, if it's third down for St. Louis, hype man, hype everybody up. You were nowhere to be seen or heard when our team was on defense. What were you doing? Pay attention to the game. Pay attention to the game. If you go to a college stadium and you get loud while your team's on offense, people will turn around and yell at you and tell you to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
In San Antonio, I was telling the fans around me, hey, get loud, it's third down. And they sat down.
Mm-hmm.
Then
they had the complete opposite effect while they're on offense doing the wrong things at the wrong time.
It's kind of rude, right? Like, it's rude for our team. Like, that's what a home field advantage is. That's why we're there. I mean, me and Bullpen talked about this, during the game, that I said that our fans were being disrespectful, and that's sad that we have to come on here and talk about this. That you're being disrespectful. Every time the wave was coming around while our offense was on the field, everyone in the section started going like this. Yeah,
like when the wave was coming while our team was on offense. I'm yelling at everyone around me in my sections to be quiet. I'm literally yelling. I'm the only one standing. I'm yelling at everyone around me, be quiet, sit down. I got 5 rows in front of me and 5 rows behind me to sit down. Even the people I was with, like, made sure they didn't do anything or react to the wave during those times. And we're not even started. We're not even getting, like, that wasn't it. That was going on for about, 25 minutes in between timeouts. Like, you want to do the wave and have fun. Okay, do it. Do it during the commercial break. Do it when the other team is on offense, not while your own team is on offense. It got so bad to the point that whenever we did get in our own end zone, even Jack Cohen was like, dude, be quiet. He even made the signals.
And there you have it. AJ, don't be crying. Go win the game. I hope he comes back. I know he's with the Bengals right now, but hey, if he comes back, maybe this time he won't cry as much. Who knows? There's no crying in spring football, buddy. Okay. Fans in San Antonio, remember, do the wave while we're on defense. Be as loud as you want, quiet on offense. And always, horns forward, not down, and I ain't even doing the up. It's horns forward. And that's it, man. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll be back next year. Hopefully, we'll have some news from the XFL. The reason we're doing little highlight videos is because there's no news out. There's folks out there doing roster content. We don't know what the rosters are. There's people out there claiming who's protected, who's not protected, who's going to be on the auxiliary draft. Look, we don't know. We don't know. We have a transaction list on the XFL's website that is somewhat updated every few days, but we don't know who's on the Brahma roster. We don't know who's on any of the XFL rosters. We actually don't even know which XFL teams are making it yet because nothing's been announced. It's a lot of hearsay. Of course, we did have some stuff leaked from Jeff Badette that kind of confirmed what we all suspect. But like I said, anybody spending their time doing roster breakdown right now, they don't know who's on the roster. I mean, I've talked to a couple players and even the players that tell me, we think we're on the roster. We hope we're on the roster. I have a contract to be on the roster, but no one knows who's on the roster. Anyways, with that, when we get new news breaking, we'll definitely be here to break it all down for you. We'll start doing the roster content as soon as we get rosters and team information from the league. As always, Horns Foward, baby. Thanks for watching. Let's go Brahmas.